Hello and welcome back to our Shattered Balance series in CK2 with the Historical Immersion Project mod. In the last episode we came of age, we are now an adult and married and that kind of thing. We do still have a couple of years left in our peace pledge. I think it's 952 it's supposed to be over at, so we'll probably continue to play at speed 5 here until that's done with. Your visit to our vassal is successful. Good. Probably the first war we'll declare when we are actually able to declare wars again is to attack the Ecumenical Patriarch. And we'll see what happens. He'll probably excommunicate with me, which might be bad, but I don't know. We'll see what the actual consequences of that are. I think we do still have our guy improving relations with him, so... A peasant accused of murder is dragged before your court. His wife and children were found butchered in a small hut they called home, and he was standing nearby covered in blood. Despite this damning evidence, the man continues to profess his innocence. What should be done with him? This animal must be hanged, toss him into the dungeons and leave him there. Or the evidence is circumstantial, let him go. I don't know, that does look pretty incriminating to me. We'll toss him in the dungeons for now. Let's see if any more evidence comes to light. Thanks to our rulership focus, we also got, in the last episode, a free castle building in our capital, I think it was our capital, which should happen sometime. It doesn't actually show up as being under construction or anything here. I wonder what would happen if I paid for a new holding to start building here. Probably I just wouldn't get the cheap castle from the previous event. So let's not do that. Who are these troops in the Ecumenical Patriarchate? Ah, Armenia. Okay. So I guess he's called in Armenia, who I guess are his allies to whatever war he's in. No, actually, he's defending against Armenia. Oh, okay. Fair enough. The castle you commissioned has been finished, more or less on schedule, and appears to be of sturdy construction. Okay, good. Recent events have increased your grasp of stewardship. Alright, great. That didn't improve my domain limit, though. Actually, we are due to get an increase of stewardship from our peace pledge, so I will hold off on giving away a county until that happens, since we might just be able to keep it. Actually, we might be able to increase our domain limit further if we can go up in centralization. This will also reduce our vassal limit by 5, which is okay. We're not at that yet. So let's do it. So the Dew of Dyrrachion has given me bizarre and repulsive evidence concerning this guy. I don't think we have any particular need to act against him. Where is he? Chios? This island. No, that's fine. We'll just keep it to ourselves. During a visit to Neopetra, Symmachus the Usurper and his entourage were accosted by brigands who made off with several valuables. Efforts to catch the thieves have failed, and the Duke is now demanding compensation from the Kefal, or Kefail. The matter has been brought for arbitration at your court. So we can make him pay for what the Duke lost. Tell the Duke that he can just shut up, or personally compensate him. I'll personally compensate him. We want to keep our Dukes happy, I think. Now that we are pretty much out of the woods in terms of our vassal problems that we had before. Your mission has been a success. Okay, so I don't think we need to improve his opinion any further. Now let's check out who is powerful in our realm. Epirus or Nicaea probably is what we want to go for next. Oh, Nicaea's over here, of course. Well, I don't think we need to worry about him because he won't be entering into any factions. Actually, never mind, he's 15. He is almost old enough to faction. So we'll work on his opinion. A foolish, foppish, silly-looking young man runs up to you, squealing with glee. By the Lord, by the Lord, by the Lord, it's the Despoina. I can't believe it's you standing here next to me. We can tell him to be gone, be annoyed. We can say out of my sight. In fact, we pretty much are just going to get the same reaction every time. So I guess this is the CK2 version of a comet. But probably less bad. Don't bother me, useless filth. The young buffoon seems to ignore your insults and continues... you can tell him to wait here or to beat it. Why don't you wait here for a moment? Here, right here. What about, say, over there? No, right here? Alright then. We run away from the lunatic as fast as we can. 2% chance of becoming paranoid. Well, we didn't. Alright then. So the Ecumenical Patriarch died and was succeeded by a new Ecumenical Patriarch. So yes, it seems like we're just going to have an adult male character in charge of all this land all at once, which means that our weak claims are going to be useless. But I think that we do have a de jure claim on this whole duchy, so it's actually not so bad. We can at least take that. And we will. Your efforts to squeeze extra taxes out of the population have met with resistance. Well, that is unfortunate. Let's spend some of our money on a castle town in our newly constructed castle. We will need castle walls to upgrade this one further as well. This one is at max castle town. And we have Vikings over here. Looks like they're actually leaving already, so that's fine. And we have a tiny faction forming. It's you again. Why you always gotta be causing me trouble? She's already had a gift. Let's give her some swans. Like some cool swans. And in the meantime, we'll hold a summer fair this summer. And oh, we have a new Dew of Durakion. Okay. That's fine. He's only 7, so he won't be causing us any problems for a while. Did you go out of your faction? You did. I guess she liked the swans. Oh, and we had a new Dew of Achaea. Our incredibly powerful and dangerous vassal. So we do need to worry about him. Let's appoint him our Mystikos. And I guess we can send him to study technology somewhere. I don't really know where is going to be good. What technology do we care about? Let's have a look around. I suppose it doesn't really matter that much. Let's just see who has good cavalry tech. Send him somewhere. Over here in Africa seems to be good for that. See if that's true for other technologies. Yeah, not so much. Good in Majesty as well. It seems good enough. We'll send him to study technology in Tunis. There's nothing much to do while you're waiting for your food at the dinner table. Out of curiosity, you glance under the table you sit at. You almost puke as you see some disgusting mess, partly crusty and dried up, partly still icky and goopy, sticking to the underside of the table. Who in the blazes put that there? And what is that anyways, to begin with? Servants, I need you to clean up something. We lose 1 prestige. We're given the order that a summer fair should be held. Should make the peasants happy. Anatolia is looking pretty big over there. Summer fair brings all kinds of entertainers, and a puppet show got my attention when I heard the giggles, laughter, and wolf whistles from the audience. After watching the show for a while, I realized that one of the characters was supposed to be me. So this makes Achaea like me better. That's good. And you have made Epirus happier. Alright, that is also good. It's also changing his crown laws. And the summer fair is over. Castle Town is finished. Let's see. Castle Walls also finished, so should be able to do some more upgrades. This is also going to need Castle Walls, and this one should be able to have a Castle Town. Let's get a feast ready as well. If my life was simply a bard's tale, what kind of story would it be, I wonder? Say it's an allegory. And we fulfill the ambition to pledge peace for 15 years, so that's good. We did indeed gain 1 more domain size from the stewardship bonus, which is great. And we can now choose a new ambition. I think we should probably take the ambition to have a child, since we don't have one yet. Or we could take the ambition to win a war, because we're definitely going to do that soon. Well, we're at least going to declare a war. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves about winning. Let's do that, and then if we haven't had a child, we can choose that ambition next. Alright, so I guess our opinion improvement has worn off there, so he doesn't like me. Not so much worn off as it's a new character now, so he doesn't have it. But we'll, I guess, declare our de jure war and see what happens. Vassalize or take everything held by him in Thrace. We actually can't do this. Primary title. I guess we need internal or complete King's Peace on our primary title is one of the problems there. Or we could do it if we were an emperor. Huh. Well, I guess we can still do the de jure claims on the individual counties, but if we could get the entire thing, that would be better. Maybe we'll just declare war on behalf of our duke for this county, since it's de jure part of his territory. And then if we can raise our... We actually aren't going to be able to go to internal King's Peace, I think. No, centralization isn't a crown law, so we absolutely can do that. Well, this is going to annoy our vassals, but we could just do it. Sure, let's go for it. Let's go back down to speed 4 now. And of course we should wait till after our feast to declare war anyway, since we already paid for it. The conjurer produced a rabbit from a hat, then made a handkerchief change colour from brown to red, and then he simply vanished from the room, only to knock on the door and open it a few seconds later. Definitely perform at my feast, please. And we'll send out our marshal to hunt boars. And we have internal king's peace, so let's see if I was reading that right and if we can actually do the de jure claim. We can, okay. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. I must purchase venison, boar, duck spices, wine and ale, and honey. We'll just spend enough to satisfy everyone's hunger. And we'll invite everybody. You aren't coming. That's fine. Welcome to the feast. You told everybody how great the food at my feast was. Good. Let's just check how badly the crown law change has affected our vassals. It seems like we have a couple of dukes who are negative now. I think they're not the powerful ones. Achaia is only at 10. I don't know how long the increased crown authority minus 30 lasts. I hope it's not my entire life. The conjurer's magic tricks enchanted and charmed my guests at the feast. Good. This guy really likes it. Everyone drank and were happy except this guy who refused more wine. How rude. Everyone agreed it was the year's greatest feast. Good. Well, that will help out a bit with our vassal opinion. We do have the Independence faction back. Well, she can just stay in her faction for the moment, I guess. So we should be able to take a de jure claim on the Prince Archbishopric or Duchy or whatever. Sure, let's just go ahead and do it. Don't need to conscript our merchant ships. Let's have all of you meet up over here. Not you. You can go here. Oh, and he actually had troops in my land over here. Well, that is unfortunate, but not going to be a big problem overall. They actually got out without dying. I'm just going to disband them, though. I guess he's in some other war. No? Alright then. And a daughter was born to my uncle and heir. And our vassals are getting annoyed. Vikings. Well, we're not going to do anything about that just now, so because we're busy. Maybe our vassals will take care of it. My cousin, he's an educator. Let's take half this army and go and fight this. During a visit to Neopetra. Okay, this is compensating the people again. I guess we'll choose the 50 gold again. As more and more people seek audience at your court, you have come to realize that there is much to do when it comes to the administration of the realm. You must work harder, so we get the trait Diligent. Excellent. That is a good trait. Where are you headed? We'll follow him wherever he may go. And you have... Oh, it was only this guy. That's fine. We don't care. A woman accused of witchcraft in Thessalia has been dragged before your court. Several witnesses have seen her performing dark rituals in her secluded hut, possibly related to recent crop failures. She claims innocence, but it falls on you to determine her fate. So we're gonna get 30 piety for reduced revolt risk, or throw her in the dungeons, or say it's nonsense and release her. Which county is this? Thessalia. This is our capital. Is it? No, it's not our capital, so it's less important. I'll take the negative tax modifier. It's only for a year anyway. Okay, who threw up on me while we were dining? My name is Basilea. Is that who it was? I don't know. Somebody threw up on somebody. Where are you headed? Over here. Well, he seems determined on heading off somewhere, so we'll just go ahead and siege our target duchy and leave him alone. Is this his land as well? Yes, it is. He also has a county down here. Okay, well, we'll just have to siege down enough land to get to 100%. I might divert troops to actually chase these guys away as well, unless they leave soon. But we're out of time for this episode, so it will have to wait for the next one. Thanks for watching, and join me again then.